Nicaragua is an important country in Central America. At one point in history, it was even considered for a canal that would link the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, but that honor ended up going to Panama. For the Carter administration, Nicaragua posed a special problem. There were invasions by a rebel group called the Sandinistas that were trying to overthrow the government of Anastasio Somoza. But the Carter administration was uncomfortable with both sides. The Sandinistas were linked with the communists and trying to take the country by force. The Somoza government was dictatorial and violating the human rights of its people. The documents in the White House showing this internal struggle were not released for more than 20 years, but now they're open for research and our inspection. And we can see in President Carter's own handwriting that he was concerned that the United States not support any government that did not have the support of its own people or of the Latin American nations in general. By the end of the Carter presidency, Somoza had been overthrown and was dead, and the Sandinistas had seized control. After Jimmy Carter left the White House, he and Mrs. Carter formed the Carter Center in Atlanta, Georgia. And one of the roles of the Carter Center was to monitor elections around the world in countries where democracy was still fragile and people didn't know whether the election would be conducted fairly. And this brought the Carters back to Nicaragua. In 1990, Daniel Ortega, the leader of the Sandinistas, was voted out of power. He was reluctant to give up power, but President Carter convinced him to do so, much as Carter himself had given up power after he was defeated in the American elections of 1980. So Ortega reluctantly agreed. Another party came into power, but years later, Ortega himself was re-elected in a democratic contest. So elections change who rules in Nicaragua today, and it is a much more thriving democracy than it was in the old days of dictatorships. The role of the Carter Center is not to determine who wins the election, but to try to promote an election that is fair to all concerned.